One of the most critical things that we do at the City of Minneapolis is provide a foundation from which people can rise. And perhaps the most important element of that foundation is a home. Making sure that people have a safe place to go home to at the end of the night, to rest their head on the pillow, to rejuvenate for the next day. There's nothing more important than that. You can't possibly think about having someone fight off an addiction or get a job or become an entrepreneur or run with a great idea if they don't know where they're going to sleep at night. And so it's on us at the city, working with a number of other jurisdictional partners, to do everything that we can to provide them with that stability of a home. And from the very first days of when I took office, what we declared is that housing is a right. And we needed to do everything possible to make sure that that right was available to everyone. And through some tremendous work by our staff, Director Alfred Port, who's standing behind me, partners like Dr. Stately and so many others, we've got a team that is building affordable housing at record amounts. We're producing 2 times the amount of affordable housing that we were before I took office, and we're producing 8.5 times the amount of deeply affordable housing that we were just a few years ago. I'll say that again. We're producing 8.5 times the amount of deeply affordable housing. That's housing so that people who are experiencing homelessness have that next rung on the ladder to pull themselves out. Oftentimes they don't. Not only is that the immoral thing, it's also financially really stupid, because it costs far more to have someone cycling through homeless shelters, unsheltered homelessness, hospital stays, sometimes jail, than it does just to get them that foundation of a home. And so we've invested record amounts of money, in fact about $365 million in affordable housing, and that money has been put to really good use in getting people homes. This year, we have 11 new projects totaling over 800 units that we are presenting today. That's 11 new affordable housing projects with 800 units in them. That is 800 units that are giving people, families, children, a home. That's 800 units that are giving people who have experienced homelessness the stability of a place where they know they can sleep at night. And that's a really big deal and something that we are very proud of. And so I'm so pleased to announce these 11 projects that have received this funding. Some of the representatives are here with us today. We weren't able to be joined by Councilmember Jamal Osman. I know he's a big supporter, but he's got budget markup that is happening as we speak. And so the awardees come from 8 different wards all across the city. The diversity of projects and locations truly reflect the diversity of our communities. And so the 11 projects that will be awarded the funding through the Affordable Housing Trust Fund are, first, we've got Dr. Stately here with us, the Native American Community Clinic, an awardee, who's, by the way, hosting us today. Thank you so much. This is construction of 83 units for a mixed-use project, and you'll hear more from them in just a few minutes. Next is Claire Housing. Claire Housing for 33 units for seniors living with HIV and/or AIDS. Next is Claire Housing for 32 units for others living with HIV or AIDS. Next is new construction at 1345 Central Avenue for 64 units and production space. The Warren Apartments, which is another 61 units. Upper Harbor Terminal, which is a project the city's been working on for quite some time, has 183 new units. Epic R for 68 units. Downtown View for 39 units for homeless youth. Zaria Apartments for 89 units. And construction at 2116 Nicollet Ave for 53 units to support people at risk of homelessness. And then finally, Cheatham Apartments with 98 units. A really big congratulations to all the awardees, and something that I want to acknowledge is over these last several years we've seen a shift in the way we've done things. The focus has really been on those deeply affordable housing units, those units that allow someone who's experiencing homelessness to pull themselves out, making sure that we have that next rung on the ladder so that people can succeed in life and really take the next step. We're putting our money where our mouth is. I'm so proud of the work in our staff team that has been able to set this work up. None of it would be possible without the Affordable Housing Trust Fund that has been funded to the tune of $18 million this year. and this is work that we really want to continue. So now, again, I'm proud of the work, and I'm proud also to introduce our housing director, Alfred Port.
Thank you, Thanks a lot, Mayor. Thanks for being here tonight. This morning. I want to first extend our thanks and appreciation to NAC for opening their doors to afford us the opportunity to do this press conference. This is a great day for affordable housing in Minneapolis. 11 projects comprising of 803 rental housing units, creating and preserving new units. I want to also say that the mayor talked about our focus on deeply affordable housing. Nearly 45% of these units will be dedicated to deeply affordable. That's households at and below 30% of the area median income. Including that number is about 101 of those units will be dedicated to serve the homeless population with wraparound services. Total $18.5 million. $17 million of that from the Affordable Housing Trust Fund, an additional $1.5 million from the low income housing tax credits. We could not have done this alone. Partners, our funding partners, the developers, and a dedicated staff. Professionalism comes to mind when I talk about the folks that I work with to advance this work. So I want to say thanks to the partners, thanks for the work, and we look forward to groundbreakings and ribbon cuttings in a few months. Thanks a lot, and I'm going to introduce Dr. Stately, who's the president of NAC. Thanks a lot for your work.
Bonjour, relatives. I'm Anthony Stately. I'm the executive officer and president of Native American Community Clinic here in South Minneapolis, and I just want to express our profound gratitude and appreciation to the mayor and also to the trust fund, and also I want to thank my my housing partner, Wellington Management Incorporated, which will actually help to build the building and also manage and operate the housing units above our clinic. We know that housing is more than just sheltering people. We also know it's a critical social determinant of health. It's probably the defining socially determinant health for our community right now in South Minneapolis. In Minneapolis and in the county of Hennepin, more Native American people are significantly overrepresented in the unsheltered people living on the street and who are living in shelters and in homeless encampments. And the work that NAC does, this is a preponderance of the number of patients that we see. We are delivering, we have a very robust street outreach team that goes and works with them significantly, and has been doing that work significantly over the last couple of years. But we've built that out over the last few years even more robustly, and we are doing that work in encampments every single day, helping people to get the things that they need for their health care, and getting them connected to housing. We've been doing that for a couple of years, and now with this investment from the city and all of our other investors and our partnerships, we are now going to be able to build a, I like to call it a 6-star clinic. Why go over 5 stars when you can get 6? 6-star quality healthcare center that's brand new, that's built with integration, centering culture at the center of what we do, because we know that that is a really important thing for the healing in our community and for our people. And then we're building 4 floors of housing above that 2-story clinic that is going to help stabilize people's lives and get them back into spaces where they can feel that they belong, they are supported, they are going to be able to help raise their families and be in the community doing the things that support them. We have a tremendous number of partnerships that I want to just name that have been significantly helpful in the design and you can see through these beautiful renderings that we have been working with Sam Olbixson, who has been doing foundational work here on the American Indian Cultural Corridor. He is our master architect who has done a great job integrating what NAC likes to call our unapologetically indigenous lens on how we deliver healthcare. We are centering culture, and we are centering cultural healing at the center of what we do within a Western clinic, and I think we are producing some amazing results because of that. I want to tell you that this is foundational for us and historic, so thank you so much. I really do appreciate your investment and your support so much over the years. But with this particular project, this is a turning point for NAC and a turning point for our community. And I am really tremendously grateful, humbled to be in the role that I'm in and leading this work with my team. I have the most amazing team on the planet. I think you probably think you do, but I actually do. And I have great partners, and none of this would be possible without great partnership. And everything that we do at NAC is built on the value of partnership and collaboration. We know that we can't achieve any of this without each other. We are on a mission to solve and heal the deep wounds that are generational, multiple generations of Indigenous people living in South Minneapolis have struggled with homelessness chronically and generationally. We are committed to changing that and working with our partners to do that. So thank you so much for your time today, and please, if you have questions about these beautiful drawings, I'd be happy to help. I want to introduce our housing partner, Casey Javachensky. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Staley. So my name is Casey Javachensky. I'm the CFO at Wellington Management. We've been around for 40 years. We manage and have developed about 1,000 units across the city. But I would say we are also deeply humbled and honored to be part of this project. We got to know Dr. Staley and his team about 3 years ago when this was still in the vision phase, and we're just super honored to be here. And I think one thing that's unique about this project, it's, as a NAC being a Native-led organization, a critical piece of this whole project is there are 83 units on top of this building, but that land is going to remain in the ownership of NAC. And we are really just trying to be behind the scenes to support their work. So keep it brief, but yeah, we're just super happy and excited to take the next phase with this great team. Thank you.
That's it. And Dr. Staley, I think we both might be right in that your team now with Casey, he used to be on our team, so I think we both can have some excellent teams. With that, we'll open it to any questions you might have.
Was there a completion date? You may have said it, I didn't hear it.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So we plan to break ground in March of 2025. So groundbreaking will be then. You'll all be invited to it. And then we expect to open in September of 2026 when we'll start operationally with the new clinic. We'll continue to operate in this lovely building until the new building is completed, and then this building will be raised, and we'll build our brand new parking lot on this side. So it'll be challenging for the next couple of a year and a half or so to operate, but we will stay open and we will continue to provide services. We're going to be doing backflips and cartwheels and all kinds of ways to make sure that we mitigate the impact of the building on our patients. We're going to take on that burden, not ask the patients to take that on. Yeah, about 18-month build, 14 to 18 months.
We were here we had the opportunity to shoot some video of the clinic before this presser. What will the changes be, and how important is this new clinic going to be compared to where we're at right now?
Oh gosh, well, the building that we're in now, that our NAC operates in, is basically it is part of a shopping mall, right? So NAC started in 2021 or 2001 or 2003 when we opened, and one of the things that was unique about it was took up one little tiny part of the shopping center, and it had a bunch of other things on either side of it. And as people left, we got the space, and we kind of just put a door where it made sense to put a door, those kinds of things. So the clinic has never really been all that well integrated and thoughtfully planned as a clinic. It's just sort of kind of been jerry-rigged together, like a lot like my home, actually, or the home I grew up in, actually, I would say that. What's different about this building, it has been thoughtfully planned and from the very beginning to be specifically culturally centered with, unabashedly, you're going to walk into the new clinic and you're going to know immediately, even before you get through the front door, you're going to know you're in an indigenous space because the gardens around the clinic are going to have indigenous medicines growing in it. And those medicines will be used both in our clinic and also given out to the community because those medicines are important to our healing. You'll walk into the lobby and you'll see a big, huge drum room. This is a little bit of an interpretation of it. That drum room is going to be, that represents the heartbeat of our nation, the heartbeat of our mother. It's the first thing we hear when we become, when we are in our mother's womb. It is the thing that tells us we're human and we are relatives. And we have planned the space so that you can move throughout the building and you can have, there's going to be a significant amount of investment made in the integration of our team so that they can work more collaboratively, more seamlessly, and clinical flow works better for both patients and also staff. And so we are designing this building to be, my hope is, and I think, I've been in a lot of other clinics, I've never seen a clinic like it before. It's not been built yet, but I got to virtually walk through it, and it's pretty amazing. If you want the virtual link, I'll send it to you. Yeah, it's a game changer for our community.
Yeah, it's a game changer. Yeah, it's oftentimes we kind of have our heads down doing the work, and it's seldom that we pick our heads up to recognize some of the successes we're seeing. When I go around the country, we talk to other mayors, we talk to the Secretary of HUD at the federal level. They highlight Minneapolis, not just as one of the top cities for affordable housing, but the leader. They highlight the policies that we've pushed forward as setting the stage for so many others to follow. And this is work that is led by so many great people on our team, and we're really proud of it. Any other questions? No? All right. Thanks, everybody. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.